Hello and welcome to this very special iContact email marketing webinar, The Importance of Holiday Sending. My name is John Hayes and I will be your speaker today. I'm a marketing strategist here at iContact. Essentially, that means I spend my time with iContact clients getting to know about their marketing problems and helping them to maximize their potential from their email and social media strategies. I am also a regular contributor to the iContact blog. You can read my posts at icontact.com/blog. Outside of my work here at iContact, I am the author of 4 best-selling marketing books, and I'm also a regular speaker at events, primarily here in the UK and Europe, where I'm based, but occasionally I make it across the Atlantic to speak in the US as well. It's great to meet you all. There will be time at the end of today's session for Q&A. If we're unable to get to your questions today, or perhaps you're listening to the recorded version of this webinar, please feel free to reach out to me via email on jhayes@icontact.com, or you can find me on Twitter at John_W_Hayes. Please feel free to send me any questions and I will try my best to answer them myself or pass them on to somebody else in the organization who can help you out. So who's excited about the holidays? Well, I don't know about you, but to me, they seem like they should be a long, long way away. It's only been a few days since I've got back from my summer vacation. 2 days ago, I was sat on a beach. I was listening to the waves crashing on the sand. I was sipping on a cocktail, and the thought of the holidays, Christmas, New Year, etc., etc. It seemed like they should be months and months away, and I guess they are, but they'll be with us sooner than you think. And if you don't start thinking about the holidays now, you stand to miss out on a huge opportunity, not only to drive revenues this year, but also to build your business in 2016. So during this webinar, we are going to be looking at why the holidays should matter so much to your business. We're going to be looking at the size of the opportunity and why email marketing is so important. We're going to be looking at key dates and deadlines to keep in mind. I personally believe the holiday season starts on October the 31st with Halloween. That's not very far away now. You really need to be getting all of your marketing docs lined up so that you can hit October the 31st with a bang and start pushing forward through November and December. We're going to be giving you some key dates and deadlines that you need to keep in mind to ensure success. And then finally, we are going to be talking about 12 steps towards marketing success. Now, these are based on a white paper we've recently updated for 2015 and uploaded to the iContact website. You can find it by going to icontact.com and clicking on the resources tab, and from there you can download the 12 steps to holiday marketing success. That white paper also features many of the dates and deadlines that we're talking about earlier on this slide. So why does email marketing matter so much during the holiday season? Well, I think we need to look at the size of the opportunity first. In 2014, US e-commerce sales during November and December increased to 53.3 billion. That's up from 46 billion in 2013. That number again, 53.3 billion. It's absolutely staggering. It's the GDP. In fact, it's greater than the GDP of many small countries. Now, it might be incredibly difficult to get your head around a figure that big. So we've broken it down. The average American plans to spend approximately $786 over the holiday period. That's buying gifts for friends and family and colleagues. 30% of Americans actually plan to spend a little bit more than that. They plan to spend more than $1,000. Now, I personally believe these figures are very, very conservative. I've got 2 kids, and I don't know how anyone can get through the holiday season spending as little as $1,000. I think people are spending a lot more money than that. Now, it's a huge market, but you better believe that everybody is going after this big holiday spend. So you really need to get in there early if you want to secure a slice of this incredibly lucrative market. So why does email marketing specifically matter so much during the holiday season? Well, I personally believe that email marketing is the most profitable component of absolutely everything else you do to promote your business, and that's online and offline. And I know you're all spending considerable time, effort, and let's not forget money on a number of other channels to drive revenue into your business. You might be spending money on paid search. You might be spending money on SEO. You might be doing traditional advertising in your local newspaper or magazines or on the radio or billboards. You may even be spending money on television advertising. And these are all great ways to acquire new customers, but they don't deliver the same kind of return on investment as email marketing does. Email marketing is still the number one driver of return on investment over any other form of marketing available, and that's both online and offline. For every pound, dollar, or euro you spend on email marketing, you should expect to receive more than 40 pounds, dollars, or euros back in return. Why is email marketing so successful? Well, email marketing is a retention marketing channel. When you spend money in email marketing, you're spending money on communicating with people you already have relationships with. All of these other forms of marketing are acquisition channels, and as anyone that's been in business for any length of time will tell you, it's much more expensive to acquire a new customer than to retain an existing one. If you are spending money on acquisition marketing, and you really have to because you want to grow, you should also be investing in email marketing as well, so you can resell to them as quickly and as efficiently after that initial sale, so that you can start seeing a real return on investment from your marketing spend. Focusing in on the holiday period, email marketing actually drives 16% of all online sales during the holiday period. Now that's 1% higher than paid search. And yeah, it's a lot more affordable as well. Now we talk about affordable marketing. There's a caveat here. There's no such thing as expensive marketing. There's no such thing as cheap marketing. There's marketing that works and there's marketing that doesn't work. Now, if you're spending money on email marketing and you're following best practices, which we'll talk about throughout today's session, your marketing is relevant, it's engaging, and it's timely, you can expect to see significant results. If you're struggling with the concept, please pick up the phone or dive into the chat facility and speak to one of our strategic advisors. Remember, we are here to help you succeed. So just to quickly rattle through our 12-step program to holiday marketing success, we are going to be covering these points throughout today's session. Number one, we're going to be looking at creating a plan. We're going to be looking at setting realistic goals, building a schedule, how you can get in your clients' heads, being selective in terms of campaigns, but also list segmentation as well, how you can keep in touch with your clients, how often should you be hitting them, how much is too much. We're going to be looking at getting creative, we're going to be looking at getting social, we're going to look at measuring against your goals. If you don't have a goal in mind, how do you know if your campaigns have succeeded or failed? We're going to be looking at correcting your course based on those goals. We're going to be looking at constantly growing your list. Remember, you are paying to acquire new customers all the time. During the holiday period, you should be very aggressively growing your list during this period. And then finally, we're going to look at the basics, because it doesn't matter what you do in email marketing. If you're not following the basics, you will not succeed. So the first step on this 12-step guide to holiday marketing success is obviously to create a plan. And perhaps the best way of doing this is to speak to one of our strategic advisors here at iContact. Now, these guys really are the email marketing experts. They spend every working day speaking to businesses of all shapes and sizes, including numerous businesses just like yours, helping to build strategic campaigns which dramatically increase their email marketing engagement. One example of how we helped one client last year is on the screen. Now, this is an online retailer. They've asked us not to share their name because they don't want their competitors to know how successful their holiday campaigns were last year. But I can tell you they're an online retailer and they're based in the mother and child, or mother and baby vertical. Now, on the advice of our strategic advisors, they decided they didn't want to hit all of their subscribers with specific holiday marketing campaigns. They only wanted to market to people who were interested in receiving them. Now, as you probably know, email marketing success is largely based on the permission a subscriber has given to receive messages. So when you go to your subscribers and ask permission again, that will dramatically increase results. So they did send an email to their entire list asking if people would like to receive specific holiday marketing campaigns. Approximately 10% of the list said they did. They also promoted this heavily via social media, and also promoted on their website and blog as well. So roughly 10% of their list said they wanted to receive holiday marketing campaigns, and we then proceeded to target with them with this style of marketing. Look at the metrics on the screen. The open rate for these holiday-specific campaigns, 47.42%. Now, this is compared to an average of 17.94% when they were targeting their entire list the year previously. That is a huge jump. In online retail, if you're getting an open rate of more than 20%, you are doing very well. Their click-through rate as well, again, a dramatic increase, 5.37% over previous period of 1.77%. Their click-through to open rate jumped from 0.9% to 10.3%. And you can bet your bottom dollar that their conversions from these emails went through the roof as well. These campaigns were very successful because they had identified clients who wanted to receive holiday marketing campaigns. They'd sought out permission. When you ask for permission, you will only see success. So it's all about delivering the right message to the right person at the right time. Your messages need to be relevant, they need to be timely, and they need to be engaging. If you don't know your list properly, why not ask them what they would like to receive? Get to know them a little bit better and then segment, and you too will see significant results like this. Step 2 of this process is obviously to set realistic goals. Now, I'm not a great believer in benchmarking yourselves against your competitors, because you may be benchmarking yourself against people who may not be following industry best practices. I believe the best person to benchmark yourself against is yourself. If you're currently getting an open rate of 18%, push yourself to get an open rate of 20%. If your current click-through rate is 1%, try and increase that to 1.5%. Only way you can really do that is through testing. Testing subject lines, testing content, testing calls to action. Really push yourself to develop your campaigns. Now, the interesting thing here is if we look at these average open rates in 2013 and 2014, and these are split up between service companies, retail companies, non-profits, and e-commerce stores, you will see they don't come anywhere near the type of engagement that the online retailer we previously mentioned was receiving. And again, this is probably because people are sending out very general messages to their entire list. So the important thing we can learn from the online retailer is seek permission, segment your list, and deliver timely, relevant, and engaging emails. Obviously, when you're building your goals, you need to look at your previous holiday seasons. Don't compare the summer months to the months building up to the holiday season, because they just won't compare. You've also got to look at things like available resources. How's your list size changed? How's your marketing budget changed? Do you have more or less staff on board? What sort of levels of stock do you have compared to previous years? Do you have new opportunities? Do you have new lines available, new service offerings? And also, don't be afraid to retire old opportunities. Things that perhaps haven't worked so well. Perhaps one of the most dangerous things to say in marketing is we've always done it that way. Don't be afraid to try new ideas. Once you've set those goals, you need to build a schedule, and we're going to look at our marketing calendar next. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this session, I believe the holiday marketing season begins with Halloween on October the 31st. That means that you need to make sure your campaigns and your lists are all in good shape by the first or second week of October, which literally means you've got 5 weeks to get yourself prepared. Now, all of this information is available in the 12-step guide to holiday marketing, which we've mentioned. It's available on the iContact website. Again, go to iContact.com, click on the resources tab, and you'll find the download there. So what are you doing to gear yourself up for Halloween? If you find yourself on week commencing the 19th of October and you haven't done anything, you could be in trouble. Of course, things really start to happen in November. I guess most people, when they talk about the holidays, they think about Black Friday and Cyber Monday, the big sales events around the Thanksgiving holiday in the United States of America. And it's not just in America where these are important sales days. Black Friday and Cyber Monday, largely thanks to high-profile marketing campaigns from the likes of Amazon and eBay, are having a huge effect in the UK. And that's both online and offline. And again, all of these dates are available on the 12-step guide available from the iContact site. So please download it and read the notes and learn what campaigns need to be set up for when, to ensure that you don't miss any opportunity. I should also mention as well, all of these campaigns will work as well for any offline business as they do for any online business. Email marketing, social media marketing, and content marketing isn't the sole preserve of the online business. So if you run a bricks and mortar business, perhaps you have a shop or a store, these campaigns will work just as well for you. So again, please take the time and the effort to download this guide. And then, of course, we hit December, and that's when all of the big dates in the holiday marketing calendar, come together. We've got Hanukkah on the starting on the 6th of December. Obviously, Christmas Day, 25th of December, and then for Scotsmen like me, we've got New Year and the move into 2016. But be warned, the holiday marketing season doesn't end there. January is still a very big represents still a very big sales opportunity. And I personally believe that the holiday marketing season doesn't end until February the 14th with Valentine's Day. February the 14th perhaps represents your first opportunity to really test your new and improved lists that you've built up over the holiday marketing season. So step 4 of this program is to get into your clients' heads. And a great example of how we worked with one client, scandigital.com, was to use exclusive style language. In 2014, Scan Digital targeted who they called preferred customers with an exclusive offer. And that really was a great offer. They were selling $100 vouchers for only $65. Now, the subject line really helped push this deal. It said that the people it engaged with were exclusive and preferred. It made them feel great about themselves. And by doing so, it really pushed the open rates up to 27.5%. Now, as I mentioned, in retail, if you're getting more than 20% open rate, you're doing very well. Now, even though they use this exclusive style of language, The email was actually sent to their entire list. Absolutely no special criteria was utilized for this email. They didn't segment their list at all. I guess the moral of the story is Scan Digital believe all of their customers are preferred customers, and therefore they wanted to present them all with an exclusive offer. In doing so, their customers felt great about themselves, and the conversion rate was dramatic. Interesting to note that Scan Digital, they didn't wait around. They didn't wait until the final weeks of November or the early weeks of December to really push their offer. This campaign went out on November the 3rd, so almost 2 months prior to Christmas. And it actually generated the highest traffic for Q4, and I think the second highest traffic for the entire year for the scandigital.com site. The moral of the story is you really need to get in there early. Remember, people are spending upwards of $1,000 on gifts, but there are many thousands of other businesses going after their spend. So you really need to get in there as quickly as possible to ensure that you get your slice of the action. Number 5, be selective. And when I talk about being selective, I'm talking about products or the services that you're offering. Very little point in marketing products or services that have very little margin in them or perhaps are end of line. You want to promote products and services that have got considerable margin and will deliver real profits. You don't want to be a busy fool. And you've also got to list to target your list subsets as well. So, get to know who your clients are, what products and services they're interested in, and target them with timely, relevant, and engaging offers. Remember that online retailer on that first slide, they segmented their lists and they targeted them based on permission, and they saw huge results. Remember, the more you segment your lists and target specific offers to specific subscribers based on previous engagements, the more successful your campaigns will be. So essentially, try and send more emails, but to fewer people. Email marketing, particularly during the holiday period, isn't something you should do once a week or once a month. It's something you should be doing every single day and multiple times a day if possible. Okay, number 6, keep in touch. And during the holiday period, you really need to be stepping up the number of times or the number of touch points you have with your subscribers. As long as you keep your messages relevant and engaging and timely, I keep using that phrase, but I can't stress how important it is. Your subscribers, they won't complain. One thing you should never do, though, is you should never assume what your subscribers want to see. Now, there's a number of ways that you can determine what your subscribers want to see. You can use your analytics, which obviously you get free with iContact email marketing. You can look at your opens, your clicks, and your purchases, etc., to define what kind of messages they want to receive. If it's not obvious from the previous campaigns that you've sent out, you could do what the online retailer did in that first slide and simply ask people what they would like to see. Remember, email marketing is not a one-way communication channel. It is not a broadcast channel. It provides the opportunity for two-way communication. And as such, you should never send an email marketing campaign from a no-reply email address. Campaigns should always be sent from a monitored inbox. Okay, step 7, get creative. Now this proves that email marketing isn't just about driving sales. You can use email marketing to drive other types of engagement. And a great example of this comes from iContact client Planet Dog. And their main objective was to breathe life into their blog, and it really worked. They ran a campaign across email marketing and their blog called 12 Days of Woofness, which obviously is loosely based on the 12 days of Christmas. And you can see from the chart below real significant results. In 2013, their blog was virtually flatlining. 2014 couldn't have been more different. Their content marketing efforts really deliver a strong, healthy pulse. People are engaging with the site, people are liking the content, people are sharing the content. And remember, the people that go on and buy from you ultimately buy from you because they like you and they trust you. And again, here are just some examples of how Planet Dog use their 12 days of roughness to really engage with their subscribers and blog readers. And I guess it's a great example of them understanding what makes their client base tick. They've got the cute photographs of the dogs, they've got the heartwarming stories. If you're a dog lover, who couldn't react to posts like this? Okay, step 8 is all about social media. A few years ago, many pundits suggested that social media was going to replace email. Never happened, primarily for the reason that, as the name would suggest, social media is a social environment. It's like being in a cafe or being down the pub or in a restaurant. Nobody wants to be sold to in that kind of environment. Yes, it's a great place to engage with people. It's a great place to hold conversations, but it's not a great place to sell to them. Email, on the other hand, is very much a place of work. You use your email every single day at the office. You use your email to pitch for new jobs. You use your email to send invoices. You use your email to store professional conversations. It's very much a place of work, and people are used to being sold to via email. In the perfect world, you will have the same people following you on social media as you will be subscribed to your email lists. Engage them via social media, sell to them via email. Now, the example on the screen here comes from Starbucks, and it's a great example about how an organization can get creative with their Christmas campaigns. And they've launched a social media feed for one of their seasonal drinks, the pumpkin spice latte. The real PSL has more than 85,000 followers. And essentially, it puts the thought of going into a Starbucks cafe and ordering this once a year drink in people's minds. It's engaging with them, it's having fun with them, it's making people like them, and ultimately driving people into stores to make purchases. Step 9 is all about measuring against your goals. Let's look at how some of the case studies that we've featured in today's presentation have fared. Planet Dog, who we've just talked about, they had a 1,400% increase on web traffic year on year. They really breathed new life into their blog, which was virtually flatlining, by cross-pollinating content across email and their blog. Scan Digital, they got in there early and delivered the highest traffic to their site in Q4, second highest for the whole of 2014. Remember, that campaign went out on the 3rd of November, so that gave them a real early opportunity to grab a share of the holiday market. The iContact retail client we mentioned at the beginning of this session, they increased their opens, their clicks, their click-through and open rate year over year by asking permission and getting to know their subscribers that little bit better. We'll look at StarPath in a few moments. They used email marketing, increasing their opens and click-through and open rates, and they drove a 200% increase in turnouts to an event year on year. We'll look at that in a few moments. Of course, if you're measuring against your goals, it gives you a good opportunity to correct your course. And this is the great thing about online marketing. You don't have to just keep plowing on regardless. If something's not working, you can adjust it, you can test it, and you can make it work better for you. And there's a number of ways you can do that. You can look at your email analytics and you can compare year-on-year trends. You can use split testing, you can split test subject lines, you can split test content, you can split test calls to actions, and really push against those goals that you've set yourselves. You can adjust frequency depending on your business needs. Perhaps you're not selling as much as you would hope to, so you would increase your frequency. Perhaps you're selling more than you thought you would, and perhaps stocks are running low. No point in marketing to people if you haven't got stock available, so you might want to slow down on your campaigns. Again, you want to look for new opportunities, perhaps new lines have become available for you. Remember and test them. And remember, don't be a busy fool. If you're marketing products or services that don't carry a good margin, you may be burning your fingers, and you may find at the end of the year you've had a very high turnover but very low profit. So don't be that busy fool. So number 11 is all about growing your list. And yeah, this is really, really important because, if your business is to remain successful, you will want to replenish your list. The average lifespan of an email address, a lot of people are really surprised to learn, is only 18 months. But if you consider, people change their service providers, people change jobs, just because somebody gave you their email address a number of months ago doesn't mean it is going to be valuable to you in a number of months' time. So the most successful email that you'll ever send is always your first one, because that email address is fresh and healthy. Email lists deteriorate over time, so you need to constantly replenish your stock of current email addresses. You also need to be really proactive in terms of frequency and sends to ensure that your lists stay healthy. If you haven't contacted people for a number of months, they may forget who you are, and your open rates and your click-through rates will decline. StarPath Academy is another great example of an iContact client who worked with the strategic advisors to drive success. They used email marketing to promote an event and grew the number of people attending that event by 200% year on year. They did this by increasing their lead time, so the emails went out much earlier, and they also increased the number of sends, so they kept sending and getting in people's heads and ensuring that people turned out for the event. Now, as lots of people did turn out for the event, and they were all branded up in StarPath Dance Academy, and it was a public event, the local community all got behind the troupe, and again their business thrived from that point on. So get in there early, increase the number of sends, and always seek to grow your list. Okay, and the final step 12, is all about remembering the basics. Now, at the very beginning of this session, we mentioned if you don't remember the basics, essentially your email marketing campaigns will very likely fail. So rule number 1, keep your messages relevant, timely, and engaging. I personally believe that email marketing messages that aren't relevant, timely, and engaging are as good as spam, and nobody wants to be a spammer. Number 2, cleanse your lists. Now, this is a really good job for the new year. So wait until after Valentine's Day in February, then take the time to cut the dead wood out of your lists. Email marketing might be a very cost-effective method of marketing your business, but there's no point in spending good money sending messages to people who no longer wish to receive them or are no longer available to receive them. Rule number 3, automate. I would really urge people who are looking to become more sophisticated in their approach to email marketing and social media marketing to take a look at iContact Pro. iContact Pro is a new service from iContact, which moves into the realm of marketing automation, which means you can get smarter in your approach to email marketing and send the right message to the right people at the right time based on previous engagements. So based on who's opened specific emails, who's clicked on specific links, who's visited certain pages on your website, etc., etc. If you'd like to take a look at iContact Pro, go to the iContact website, iContact.com, click on the solutions section, visit iContact Pro, and request a demonstration of the service. Alternatively, give us a call, speak to your strategic advisor or your customer accounts executive, and we will set up a meeting with one of our sales representatives for you. Number 4, think mobile. Now, 65% of all emails are now opened first on a mobile device. This means that your email marketing campaigns need to be mobile friendly, but it also means your website needs to be mobile friendly as well. If you're driving traffic through email to a website and that website isn't mobile friendly, you will ultimately lose customers. So your emails need to be mobile responsive, your website needs to be mobile responsive as well. Moving on from the mobile theme, you've got to think wearables as well. We have the iWatch here on the slide. Increasingly popular, perhaps not at the space where the mobile technology is at the moment, but they're becoming increasingly popular, and in the wearable world, text rules. So we really need to start getting smart about the way we send email marketing messages in relation to wearables, and the golden rule is the simpler the better. Number 6, if this all sounds like a lot to be getting on with, remember, we are here to help you. Our strategic advisors, as I mentioned earlier, really are email marketing experts. And we speak to people every single day who will be in very similar circumstances to you. So we're here to help. So don't be afraid to pick up the phone or send us a message via email or chat. We're here to support you. We want to support you. We want to make you more successful, not just during the holiday period, but well into the new year as well. We want to see you again in 2016 and beyond. So to quickly rattle through the 12 steps, we've looked at creating a plan, we've looked at setting goals, we've looked at building a schedule, we've looked at how organizations can get in their clients' heads, how you can be selective in terms of list segmentation, but also campaigns as well, how you can keep in touch with your clients, why you should get creative and not always be salesy, how you can engage social media with your email marketing campaigns, measuring against your goals and correcting your course, why you should grow your list, and finally there we looked at the basics of email marketing and why you should always remember the basics no matter how sophisticated you get. And finally, just to demonstrate, iContact email marketing isn't just about great technology. These are our strategic advisors. They're real people and they're there to help you. And I can testify each and every one of them is a bona fide email marketing expert, and they would love to help your business find greater success this holiday season and into 2016. So finally, we get to the Q&A session of the webinar, and I'm delighted to have received several questions throughout today's session. I'll try my best to work through as many of them as possible. Anything I can't work my way through, I will feature on the iContact blog in the next couple of days. First question, will we get a copy of the slide deck? Absolutely, it will be in your inbox and also online in the next few days. Next question, would you say email marketing is more of a science than an art, or vice versa? Email marketing is a science and an art. You need to be completely over your analytics, you need to be all over your data, you need to be all over your testing strategies, but a little creativity also goes a long way. So email marketing is a science and an act. Question number 3. I have a subscribe to email list lightbox and an option on my site. Am I able to contact customers who've ordered and not subscribed to this list? Absolutely. If somebody has ordered a product or a service from you, you have permission to remarket to them with relevant offers. The keyword there is relevant. All subsequent emails obviously need to include an unsubscribe link should people wish to unsubscribe from your list. Any email sent from iContact email marketing will include that unsubscribe list. So yes, if somebody has previously bought a product or service from you, you have permission to contact them again with relevant products or services. Next question. Do you recommend that brands double e-blast frequency for the holiday? Again, it depends on what you're currently doing. If you're currently sending out one email a month, you probably need to be doing a lot more than doubling your frequency. It's all about getting to know your subscribers and getting to know what they want to receive. So you should take the time to segment your lists and only send relevant, engaging and timely emails to those subsets of your list. Remember, I mentioned earlier in the session, you should be looking to send more emails to fewer people with each send. So it's not a case of doubling your frequency. It's a case of sending emails every single day if possible. Any tips on keeping emails out of the junk folder? Well, yeah, I mean, ultimately, use a dedicated email marketing service provider like iContact. We have a team of deliverability experts whose job it is to ensure your emails arrive at their intended destination. If you're using something like Outlook, or your CRM system to deliver email marketing messages, they're not dedicated email marketing service providers. They don't have deliverability teams, and the chances are your emails will land in junk folders. And last question of today, what is the best time of the day to send holiday emails? Again, it completely depends on who you are targeting. I always use the example of young mothers. You know, if you're targeting young mothers, perhaps the best time of the day to send an email to them is in the early evening after the kids have gone to bed and they're perhaps relaxing in front of the television or surfing the internet. Another great way of deciding is to look at your website analytics and see the peak periods when people are on your website. When your website's busy, that's probably a good time to send emails as well. But ultimately, the only way to really know when the best time to send your holiday campaigns is to test. So you need to send multiple emails out at multiple times and check the engagement rates, check the opens, the click-throughs, etc., and learn when the best time to send emails to your very specific audience is. So as I mentioned, we've got a few more questions have come in. I'm not going to have time to deal with them now, but I will address them on the iContact blog in the next couple of days. So keep your eyes open for that. And with that, I would like to say thank you very much for joining us today. If you do have any questions, remember you can reach out to me via email, jhayes@icontact.com, or you can find me on social media at John_W_Hayes. Be great to hear from you. If you have any questions, I will try my best to answer them personally. If not, I will certainly point you in the right direction. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure.